Hi everyone, welcome back to Paws and Talk. Thank you so much for joining us today. It feels like it's been forever since I've been here, but I don't know, it's just weird. So anyways, I wanted to formally introduce Tammy. Tammy is with us from Northern Reach Rescue Network. As you can kind of see, we had a little friend here. His name is Yardley. In a few minutes, we'll introduce him. But right now, let's talk about the Northern Reach Rescue Network. So, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
I really do appreciate you being here. I know how busy you guys are. I know you guys are doing 1,000 things right now in our community and trying to get things organized and everything. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about Northern Reach?
All right. Well, I'm grateful to be working with such a great group, Northern Reach Rescue Network. Our mandate is to help the northern communities take the extra dogs that they have out, and we don't adopt here in Thunder Bay. All our dogs go down to Southern Ontario.
Okay.
So we let the local dog rescues take over here, and we just help getting them to Southern Ontario. We fly crates up north, and then our wonderful community members help us get the dogs out. We bring them here, we foster, and it's usually about 10 days to 2 weeks. And then we drive them down in our Northern Reach van.
Oh, you guys actually have a van.
We have a van.
I didn't realize that.
Yes. And then we take them to Southern Ontario. Other rescues in Southern Ontario meet us usually in Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay.
And we do a transfer. And there's
wow.
a waiting list for our northern dogs. The OSPCA a couple years ago did a campaign called the Year of the Northern Dog, and I think it made people really aware of the
struggles
of the
north,
struggles.
right?
And I think because population is a lot bigger down there, there's waiting lists, and they love our northern dogs.
So, okay, so the process, so you briefly mentioned it. So you guys transfer and deal with Southern Ontario.
Yes.
And you mentioned that, because we have a lot of rescues in Thunder Bay.
We do.
So tell me kind of about the history and the background of why you guys made the decision to transfer to Southern Ontario instead of keeping local.
Well, our late president, the beautiful Darlene Vesna, that passed away in December, she started the rescue, and I'm not quite sure how she started. We also have a Southern connection that happened about a couple years ago that also takes some of our dogs, but we have to work with various others also because there's so many.
Yeah.
And so we need to branch off into different. But I think she just could see that there was other rescues here that were looking after the locals. So instead of inundating the market here, not the market, but the city.
Of course, I know what you mean. Yeah.
She got these other rescues on board to help.
So she made the connections to, Southern Ontario and
Yes.
everything like that.
Yes.
So you mentioned that, so you guys have a van. I had no idea. So when did you guys have you guys always had a van?
No, we haven't. We got the van about a year ago.
Okay, wow.
And one of the rescues, finding them homes that is just fantastic to deal with, got a new van. So they gave us their old van.
Wow.
And so I think pretty soon we're going to have to start fundraising for a newer van. But so far, so good.
So then stay tuned, Thunder Bay. There will be a new fundraiser. We will be talking actually in a few minutes about a few things that you guys actually have going on this year. But yeah, potential opportunities in the future, right?
Yes, for
There's
sure.
a will, there's
I'll
a
be
way.
back.
So who transfers them? So we kind of talked about, obviously like you have the van, you mentioned about an airline flying these crates up north and stuff like that. So kind of talk to me about that process.
It's a huge process.
Yeah, it sounds
and
like
we
it.
always need volunteers to help with this. But what happens is we have crates. And we have to get the crates up to the communities when they say, we've got a dog, we've got to get out. A mom with puppies, an injured dog, puppies that with no mother, dogs that are running around. And so we send the crates up, and then the community members, that some are just fantastic in these communities that help us.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, we have a great working relationship with a lot of them. And then we bring the dogs here to Thunder Bay, and our fosters, which we need fosters because we cannot pull dogs until we have the fosters. We can't bring in the dogs until we have fosters. So if you've ever thought about doing it, now's the time. We really need you.
And that's the thing, right? So, and that's actually one of the main things that you and I wanted to talk about, obviously with the fundraisers and everything like that coming up. But the biggest need for the organization right now, Northern Reach, is foster homes.
Right.
So can you talk to me a little bit about that process and how, say if I am interested and I would like to be a foster, how to go about that?
Yes. Okay, so that's on our website.
Okay.
The application is there. Otherwise, you can contact any one of us and we will hook you up.
Okay.
Everything is provided and it's a short period of time. You only have about 10 days, 2 weeks max. Sometimes it's only a couple days.
Okay.
And we ask that you just look after them. We give you the food, and if there's any medicines, like, we deworm them, and all the puppies, we help you with all of that. And then the transfer is done in our van at the time, and they all get transferred to Southern Ontario together.
And so what is some, maybe some key points or some things that I would need to like, what makes a good foster home in a sense? Like what I got, and I know it's hard to kind of describe that, but I mean, someone like myself, like I work, all the time, so obviously it wouldn't be a great scenario.
It isn't.
What I mean?
More and more people are working from home.
Yes, yeah, that's the good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a sales rep, so I can go back and forth. I'm all over town half the time. Young mothers that are home with children. Single people, sometimes students are even good in short period of time because they're home quite a bit more than other people that are working full time. So it varies. It varies. A lot of older people that are retired are fantastic fosters.
Yeah, and I guess that's something that actually is really important, right? Like you don't really think about those types of like situations right away. My mind, like it goes to, I want to be home. I want to be 100% attentive. But the thing is too, you need to teach them as well that you're not always going to be home, right?
Exactly.
So there's going to be certain situations where,
for instance, puppies, they sleep a lot.
yeah.
So if they're in a room by themselves, they're safe. It's better than them being out in the cold. They're still safe. They're being fed. They've got their puppy pads, newspapers, whatever. So it's not 24/7.
Yeah.
But of course, you can't be gone 12 hours a day and try to foster. We also, on May 8th, we are having a foster orientation.
Oh, wow.
So for new and old and what's, so if any of you would like to, it's on our website also.
Okay.
It's at Kingsway School.
Okay.
And in Sunday the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely obviously make sure that we get that information out. And obviously if you guys have seen Northern Reach Rescue Network all over Facebook, I follow them. So make sure that obviously you follow their Facebook group. Obviously all these events will be posted.
Yes,
throughout.
they are on there, yes.
And now I had a question for you really quickly. I've known you honestly as the dog lady, and it's funny because people call me the cat lady, and I get it. But my thing is, it's my main question, and I'm sure a lot of people want to know, how did you get involved in this? Like,
well, I didn't have a dog for years, and because I was out of town working lots, and I got my big beautiful Sasha Bear, that's Newfie St. Bernard. She's not a rescue, but she's not a purebred either. And I started walking, and met lots of people. And Carol Carl, who was actually his foster mother, and I saw each other. She was helping with Paws for Love, another fantastic organization, and I was helping with Northern Reach because I know Rebecca Este, and we said we should get together, and we partnered, and we have done lots of fundraising together. When you meet one wonderful person that's doing something, it all just kind of goes together. So we all try to work together. We had a Christmas tea. A lot of the rescues were invited. And, the Northern Feeding Program, Daniela and Lee, they're fantastic ladies. The more you do, the more you get involved, the more fun it is. Like, we have a good time.
Yeah.
So I would encourage anybody that's been thinking about helping. And you don't have to foster. You can help at our fundraisers. You can serve tea,
That's, you know what? And I honestly have been a part of these fundraisers. And I think the first one that we did together, it was you guys. I think you guys were calling you were the Rescue Angels. Or
yeah.
At some point in time, like you had outfits on. Like it was so funny. And you know what? Like it was so successful. Like our community all came together, and that's something that I truly do respect. You know, I feel like a few years ago, a lot of the rescues weren't working together. And I
agree.
feel like now there has been such a massive, colossal change in alone Thunder Bay that everyone's kind of coming together. So
I agree.
I do.
And
I
I
think
love
that
that.
you were the ringleader. I know that you were
I don't
one
know.
of them. I know that you were. So I do really appreciate that. I appreciate everyone coming together because obviously, you know,
We're stronger.
Yes, it is. Yes, you guys are. So when we come back, we are going to meet our lovely friend who is running around our studio right now.
Making
And
friends.
we'll learn a little bit more about Yardley. So stay tuned, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to Paws and Talk. We are here today with Tammy from Northern Reach Rescue Network, and we have our new friend. His name is Yardley. So tell me a little bit about Yardley.
Well, he is one of our more famous rescues. The poor little guy was just a little pup when he was being picked on by some dogs.
Oh.
And as he ran away from the dogs, he got hit by a car.
Oh my gosh.
And
in town here locally?
No,
or?
no.
Okay, so
up north.
Okay.
And one of our wonderful people in the communities got him out, and he was in a lot of pain. And they couldn't save his leg, so he had to have his leg amputated. But he was just very little, and he did very good. And my good friend Carolyn Carl took such good care of him, and exercised him, took slow, and you'd never know that he only has 3 legs.
That's the thing. So when we got to the studio today, you guys, like he's running around, he's full of life, and he's hilarious. Like he's so friendly. We took him around everywhere. Like,
Underbite. Look how cute his face is. Anyways, he's done very well. We don't usually adopt in Thunder Bay, but we did because he was here for months. Somebody did approach us, and they're wonderful, wonderful people, and they're doing just gangbusters with him. He's already gone to school twice.
Wow.
And he's graduated with honors. And like I said, you never know, he's only got 3 legs, but he was so little. And he's just 6 months old right now.
Oh, wow.
So he's doing really good. So we're really happy. And this is part of why we do our fundraising.
Yeah.
His surgery was, I believe it was over $3,000.
Wow.
So, you know, it really helps to get
It saved his life.
Yeah, it saved his life.
I think sometimes people, I mean, even for myself, like you need to see it. Like, I mean, yeah, there's tons of fundraisers, you know, in town and everything like that, right?
Yes.
There's so many wonderful causes that we can help and we can assist with. But I think seeing it, you know, firsthand and seeing him, like this is what, you know, your financial donations went to. So
yes,
I know.
So that's part of why we wanted to keep him here too, is you know,
Yeah.
because sometimes we need our little mascots too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that, mascots.
Yeah.
So, and I know that you guys, because you and I discussed this, so there are specific cases that you guys deal with. I know you mentioned to me that you guys do not say no to anyone.
We don't.
And I do truly, I mean, I think on behalf of our community, we can say thank you to you for doing that, because I think that that's so special. Sometimes, as even we just talked about, you know, with being low on fosters and everything like that, it's hard, right?
It is stressful on the rest of the
Yeah.
fosters. Erin Monahan, our president, she's just a fantastic woman, and her phone never stops ringing. She's on it constantly, and like I said, she's always trying to help another animal get saved, and she doesn't say no, and she reaches out to the rest of us, and
If you guys can, you will.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And sometimes it takes a while. Like if a dog needs to come out, sometimes there's no no space on the flight. The times change, bad weather. So sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it takes weeks to get that animal out.
So who all organized this? Because we talked about, you know, how there's a lot of moving parts to the organization
Huge.
itself,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
So
gonna let him down.
it's like, I want to go.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
There you
Want to
go.
go on your mat? Go on your mat.
So there's lots of moving parts, right,
Yes.
to Northern Reach. So, you know, let's talk a little bit about that. So who all organizes this? Like like how does this all happen?
Well, phone calls come to Erin, and she has to decide, you know, if we can do it or not.
Yeah.
And the flights have to be organized. And Tracy Schweitzer, another fantastic person with our organization, she will organize how to get them out. The fosters, Desiree, another wonderful volunteer. She'll organize the fosters. Tracy has to organize which rescue will take which dogs. It's unbelievable the amount of time and effort it takes to do all this, getting ahead of the hold of fosters. Who can take this dog? Who can take that dog? Some fosters can't take a mom with pups because if their dogs are a little bit more aggressive or whatever, so they can just take pups or one pup, not 4 pups. I just had 4 pups at my house, and
They all look like little polar bears.
the little polar bears.
Yeah.
They were so cute, and
Yeah.
they didn't start off doing so good, but when they left, they were just tickety-boo.
There's so many moving parts to the rescue network, right? And I think it's so nice to see, like I said, everyone coming together. So, that this little guy has like a fighting chance. Like, I think that's really special.
Absolutely.
And I know that he's obviously not the first specific, specialized kind of case that you guys have dealt with. As a community, we've seen that all over your Facebook as well.
Yes.
So, can you tell me a little bit about, any other previous, like specific cases and specialized cases that you guys have dealt with? Or maybe you have personally dealt with?
Yes. Another dog came in, and it was just so frightened. I had her, and she was limping badly. And but through chiropractic care,
Oh, wow.
she is no longer limping. A veterinarian here in town helped us with that, and she's doing just beautifully now.
Wow.
Erin Monahan's dog Gem was actually a different rescue, but now
Yeah.
she's Erin has done wonders with her, and she has a little wheelchair.
I saw that,
and she has skis. It's unbelievable what Erin has done with that dog. She's just a beautiful little dog. So
He's tired.
he's looking at the TV, at the camera.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
Yeah, he's done with the day.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously, it's really nice to see, everyone come together. But cases like this where, he's so happy,
He is
and
so
they are
happy.
so happy. I know that you guys have seen the worst of the worst at the very beginning, and so I'm sure watching them leave, it's almost like a bittersweet.
Well, some people have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
And what I say is just, have a cry.
Yeah.
And then make room for another one.
Yeah.
Please make room for another one.
Well, Tammy, when we come back, we are going to be talking a little bit about all of the amazing fundraisers that Northern Reach Rescue Network has coming up in the future. And we're super excited. So stay tuned, everyone. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Paws and Talk. Again, today we have the lovely Tammy here with us from Northern Reach Rescue Network. We have our little guest. His name is Yardley. He's running around the studio.
Making friends.
He's making friends. He's still hanging out with us. But right now, I wanted to talk about fundraisers. I know that you guys have a lot kind of coming up and going on.
Yes.
So let's start off by talking about the one coming right up. It's called Barks and Brews.
It's in May.
Okay.
Barks and Brews.
Tell me a little bit about Barks and Brews.
Okay,
You
it's,
already got me excited about it.
It's going to be at Sleeping Giant Brewery.
Okay.
And I got the idea because I saw pictures of rescue animals on cans of beer.
Gotcha.
So because we don't foster here, or not foster, adopt here in town, it's going to be 4 of our more famous rescue animals, rescue
okay.
dogs. And Yardley is going to be one of them.
Well, look
So
at that. I'm going to have to
he's
buy
so
a Yardley
famous.
brew.
Yes. And Jem and a couple others of our, because they're in town.
Yeah.
And they were either a foster fail or a special foster.
Yeah, a specialized kind of foster.
So it's going to be a beer and wine tasting. Beer and food tasting.
Okay.
And George's Market is going to be doing the food for us.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's going to be delicious.
And we're going to have stations.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're still working out some of the details, but we're going to have some music and some other
Entertainment and
fundraising
stuff like that.
stuff going on there. Hopefully some prizes and,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. And we're going to raise money for Northern Reach through Barks and Brews.
That sounds amazing.
We may even have a few token guest there.
Well, I'm pretty sure that needs to happen because Yardley looks like he wants to go for a little run and hang out with his friends.
Oh, yes, yes.
So
he's so good with all other animals.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And that makes it a little bit easier too, right? Like
For
these
sure.
are kind of nice to, like they are nice to bring to these, fundraisers and everything so
Yes.
that people can really see again about their, their donations and, showing everyone that they saved a life. And I think
Exactly.
that that's really special to kind of, pull together.
This is
So,
what helped. Your donation helped
Yeah.
with this
Yeah.
young animal to have a normal life.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned in May. So this is May. Sorry, what was the date again?
May 7th.
May 7th.
It's
okay.
a Thursday evening. It's going to be from 7 to 10.
Okay.
And we're really looking forward to it. There's more details to come, but we're working on it.
Okay. Obviously, you guys are always
the
working
Barks
on
and
something.
Brews team are working on it, yes.
So obviously, then please, everyone, go check out their Facebook page. There's obviously going to be the event on there and more details and everything as it comes up.
There's also going to be a quiz night.
Okay.
Now, I should have gotten more information about that. I'm going to be helping on the team, but I haven't done any of the organizing for it yet. But there's a quiz night for 2 or 3 of the feeding program, our rescue, and I
wow.
do believe it's usually Northern Lights that's involved in that too.
Okay.
So that's coming up also.
Okay.
And then the biggest one we're having in
Yes.
July 11th is the Ride for Rescue in honor of Darlene Vesna. She and her husband were Harley enthusiasts. And so one day I was coming back from picking up 6 puppies, and I had them in the back of my Jeep, and I drove by Tim Hortons, and I saw a whole bunch of bikers outside. So I drove up to them and I said, "Hey, how you doing? Would you mind taking some pictures with some puppies?" And they kind of looked at me like I was nuts. One lady named Tammy, coincidentally enough, said, "I'm in." So I pulled over and started to hand puppies out. I thought, "What are you doing?" Anyway, I thought, what a cute idea. There's never been a Ride for Rescue in Thunder Bay. And so we're going to try it. So we've got a team together organizing it. It's going to be a scavenger hunt. It's going to start at the Harley store with a breakfast. And then we're going to go to about 6 or 7 stops. And there's going to be rescues at each stop. And we're, picking out the details on what we can do for the scavenger hunt yet. And we're working on that. And we're going to end at, we're also going to go to Excalibur, Silver Mountain Station, Kekabeka Hotel. We're working with all these people to do something. And we're going to end at the Sleeping Giant Brewery, where we'll have our wind up and hopefully sell more beer with the cans of Yardley on it. We're also going to stop at Pet Value, where Yardley's
Yardley
owners are the groomers there and fantastic women. And there'll be little gift packages there. And everywhere there will be some volunteers.
That's amazing.
Taking pictures and
this takes, again, there's so many moving parts to everything that you guys do.
Oh, I know.
I don't know how you do it. Like even as a community, like I look at your guys' Facebook page and you guys have so much going on and I respect it so much. And so so you came up with the idea, like you mentioned, about how you just drove by and put puppies in. I think you told me how you put one in a helmet for a picture too.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Luckily, nothing bad happened there.
Well, that's always a plus. So, like, how does this even happen? Like, how you obviously have a team of like a fundraising team, correct? That deals with this.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Ash Roth and I she's the fundraising coordinator, and I'm
Okay.
on her team. And we do things together. Carl has umpteen ideas and is always so enthusiastic.
always does.
And we put our heads together, and when we're at these events, we have so much fun. And it's just a camaraderie of really good, kind, generous people that are only trying to help a little bit here and there.
I think that's so special. You know what I mean? Like, I think that just our community, like just all of us coming together, I think that that's so special. And this is, I think, honestly, one of the biggest things that is this the biggest thing that you guys have done?
Absolutely.
Like this seems like a lot.
I'm a little concerned.
You might, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's so many, businesses as well and everyone getting involved. So I think that this is, look, he's excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that this is actually going to be a really great event. So, and I'm very excited.
We're very excited about Barks and Brews and the Ride for Rescue. Darlene Vesna was a very special person. And we held a pasta dinner to
Yes.
announce the Ride for Rescue in November, and she passed away shortly after that, and we will miss her forever. And we are trying to maintain what she's doing, what she started, what she was doing, and through her love of dogs, we want to continue. So the Darlene Vesna Ride for Rescue, we hope is a huge success that
will
we
be.
continue every year to
It
raise
will be.
money.
I think it's going to turn into an annual event. I think it's going to grow even bigger.
And we are sharing with a couple of the other rescues. We're
good.
working on, it'll be a lottery system, and
wonderful.
whoever
Okay.
wants to participate, and we'll be changing it up every year. So it's not just Northern Reach, we are the host, and then we are going to include other rescues
Well,
also.
that's really nice. That's nice to hear, again, that everyone's kind of coming together. And
Sharing
everything.
again,
Yeah.
right? And helping each other.
Exactly. You know, I think it's funny. Darlene she was actually one of the, once I got into animal welfare, she was the first person to message me through animal welfare. And she was a beautiful, beautiful woman. So I think that this is a really nice honor, towards her and towards her family and towards the organization that she built from the ground up. And I think that it's really nice that, there is so many moving parts because everyone's kind of coming together in honor of her and
Yes.
and what she loved is animals,
Exactly.
right?
So we are going to have a pasta dinner again
Okay,
at the
good.
Knights of Columbus in November on the anniversary of the date we had last one, and
Okay.
because it went over very well.
Yes,
we
yeah.
had a blast. It
Very
was,
big turnout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I
turnout. We
attended.
sold
Yeah,
it
it
out.
was really
Yes,
nice.
you were there, and the food was delicious.
It was.
Rosie helped us a lot with some of the fundraising. Rosie, that runs the Columbus Center, she was awesome to work with, and she will be again. And
Lots going
all
on.
of our volunteers came. It was so nice, and it was again a family,
Everyone
family
coming
get together more or less.
So we do have a few minutes left, and I know that we talked about fosters. That's the biggest thing that your organization needs right now. But we also want to talk about volunteers.
Yes.
So you actually talked to me about a cleaning crew that you guys have for the crates and everything like that. So why don't you talk to me briefly about that?
Okay, so we nicknamed ourselves the crate washing chicks because, believe it or not, we go to a car wash with all these crates. There's 5 or 6 of us, but not always everybody can always come.
Yeah.
So we need a core, and try to make fun of it, right? And so we wash and sanitize these crates because they have to be set back up.
Yeah.
People have given us blankets, sheets. One of our volunteers cut them all up for us because we put burlap in the bottom, then we put the blankets, then we line up all the crates. We always need crates because they get broken too,
Yeah,
like
of course,
in
in the
travel.
yeah.
And so that's just one of our teams. When we have transfers coming through, we also help with that. Rescues from Manitoba going to Southern Ontario, they will meet somewhere. We will walk the dogs, feed them, pet
Everything,
them,
yeah.
clean the crates, get them back in, and the people go on their
And
way.
they transfer.
And that happens for us too.
So obviously, again, volunteers is an absolute must. We need to make sure that, even one night, you know what I
Yes.
mean? It's just a few hours, coming together and just assisting to get these guys to, a better, safer situation. So
But
again,
fostering, for
yeah,
sure.
fostering for sure. All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Tammy,
Thanks
for
for
being
having
here.
us.
We truly appreciate it. And we will see you guys again soon on episode 13 on Paws and Talk. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.